Hey everybody, this is MyCollectables coming back with another video for you. This video is all about the ultra rare comic books that we have in Veve. I put together a top 10 list of the cheapest ultra rares that you can get right now in Veve. This is February the 17th. I think you're really going to like this list. And then I also have at the end of the list, I have a page with the top 5 gainers for ultra rare comics. The ones that have gone up the most in the last 24 to 48 hours. I think you'll find that top 5 really good as well. The really good comics on this list. There's some that are really going to be good for long term. This is in regards to the cheapest ones. You'll be surprised as the few of them that are like really quite great. You can pick them all up for a decent price too. I'll show you on the next page some stats and a little bit of talk about the ultra rare comics. Is that ultra rare collectibles in Veve, they seem to be holding their value more than others. People are starting to collect them a little bit more. The secret rares are in another category all to themselves, but the ultra rares is the next step down, and people are really starting to look at them, keeping them, holding on to them. There's not as many listed as there was before, and the prices are slowly climbing up, but this is a great way to get like master collector points. You get 3 for each one of these comics, so that it's really good for that in the future. We'll see how much importance that has, but just in regards to the comic books themselves, there's some decent ones on the list. So let's get into a couple of numbers and then stick around to the very end of the video because I have some bonus material for you. I have a little bonus page that has nothing to do with comics, but some really interesting news that could affect a collectible in the Veve app. You're going to want to stick around for that. So that'll be right at the very end, and it's very brief. So let's make this quick. Let's get into it. Let's go up here. So let's just check out these stats for, the ultra rares. All 10 of them, I added them all up together. And if you spent 1,000 gems exactly at the moment, this number will change, of course. But if you spent 1,000 gems in the market, you could buy all 10 of these comic books right now. That's pretty astounding, okay? So anyway, all editions that we have, there are about 1,050 editions, okay, for each ultra rare comic. And total listed right now out of all these ultra rare comics is 719. So we only have 7% of the ultra rare comics available on Veve. So it's not like there's 25% or 50% of them available or tons of listings. People aren't selling these as much as they used to, and they're going down. When the listings go down, the price usually starts to go up because they're getting in the hands of collectors, and people are holding these for long term. During this dip, we've seen comic books come down in price, and all collectibles a lot come down in price. The the ultra rares haven't come down quite as much as some of the other comic books, which is cool. And then people are holding them. So let's get into the top 10. We'll scroll right here. Here's the 10th cheapest. So this is what we're going to do. The number 1 on this list is the cheapest, and the 10th, is up a bit higher. So we're going to work our way down in terms of price, okay? So anyway, the 10th cheapest is Iron Fist number 14. This is the first appearance of Sabretooth. This is a really cool comic. It's going for 110 gems. There's only 55 available. Remember, this is the mutant stuff that we're talking about, right? And, Sabretooth is a mutant. He always battles around with, the X-Men and everything. So we're going to see more of that in the future, especially with this Doctor Strange trailer with Professor X confirmed. So, we might see more mutants in the app. So consider that. So number 9, the 9th cheapest we have is a Spider-Man comic, Amazing Spider-Man 294. This is from that series with the Craven story. There's 100 listed, and it's going for 108. Now, Spider-Man comics at the ultra rare level, those are really fantastic to pick up if you can grab them. Great opportunity right here. So number 8, okay, the 8th cheapest we have is another X-Men comic now, just an X-Men comic. This is that, the one from Thanksgiving, and there's only 61 available. It's going for 106 gems. This comic book is really fun, has a lot of characters in it, and like I said, as we get more X-Men coming along, if we're going to get more mutants and stuff, these kind of X-Men comics could grow in value, but it's just a really fun comic regardless, right? So the 7th cheapest we have is the Young Avengers 12. Remember, she was in the Hawkeye show, like a main character. She's going to get more attention as we go. You can pick this one up for 105. There's only 59 available, so people aren't selling this one as much. And I did a video a little while ago about my the best art on in comic books in the app, in my opinion. This one was on that list. Beautiful cover art. Okay, let's cruise down to the 6th. We're almost at the top 5. Okay, number 6 is a beautiful Spider-Man, Web of Spider-Man comic. This is a great ultra rare to have. You know, it goes for 101 gems. There's only 56 available. So like I'm telling you, there's not as many available as we would like, as if you want, as we would like if we were buying, right? But if you're holding, this is great because collectors are holding on to them, right? That's less than 10%, I think that's only like 5% are available for purchase. So people are starting to hodl them, and like their price is going to go up over time. And actually, I'll show you about this particular comic as we get to the end here. There's a little bit of gains on that one. So we get into the top 5 cheapest, okay? And now we have a Fantastic Four comic, Ultimate Fantastic Four number 21. This comic's going for 101 gems as well. Only 56 available in the market, so very close to the Spider-Man. The thing about Fantastic Four is with the new movie with, Doctor Strange, the Illuminati, you can watch my video from a couple days ago where I break it down. Reed Richards is one of the main people in the Illuminati that's going to be in that movie. And so Fantastic Four stuff, if you notice, we've gotten some stuff in the app with the Fantastic Four, right? So that stuff's going to start, getting more and more attention as the Fantastic Four comes out. And, so maybe even Fantastic Four number 1, just as a regular comic, even the ultra rare of that, very good pickup. So consider that. Let's go to the 4th cheapest right now. Another Spider-Man comic. This is the ultra rare of the Spectacular Spider-Man 132. It goes for 98 gems. There's 89 available. Really cool cover art. Another Spider-Man comic as an ultra rare. These sell really fast if you want to sell them later, but they're going to go up in value. I'll show you in the top 5 gainers shortly. Here we go. We have the 3rd cheapest on the app. Newer comic, the Daredevil comic, okay, her first appearance as well. There's only 81 available, and it's going for 95 gems. Now remember, Daredevil was shown in the Spider-Man movie that came out, so he's gonna have his day very, very soon. You might want to pick up Daredevil number 1, that comic, and maybe some other ones, but an ultra rare of this, and this character right here, she could be like she could come forward. So all these things you think long term. Anyway, that's what I'm letting you know, right? So let's go to the 2nd cheapest that we have in the app right now. Again, a new comic. This is that X-Men comic with Storm on the cover. This one's actually really interesting because why did we get this comic, right? This isn't just random. Veve never throws out random comics. They're always in connection with Marvel and the MCU and all of that. You can get this one for 93 gems. There's only 60 available. X-Men and mutants, as we keep saying, they're going to become more and more attention in the future. So a good ultra rare, nice pickup. Some of these, the secret rares as well, you should check them out. I mean, those prices are really good as well. So let's get to the cheapest comic book in the entire app that is an ultra rare. Okay, this is a new comic book. It's the Fantastic Four. This comic book is really interesting, everybody. This goes for 83 gems. There's 102 listed. But this particular comic book, more than just the Valentine's Day, it has almost every character we've been getting in Veve in the last couple of months dropped. They're almost all in this comic book. The storyline is huge. There's tons of heroes and villains in it. If you want to just look it up, you can just Google about it. In that video I just did about, Doctor Strange's trailer, I mentioned this comic and all the people that are in it. You can check it out. It's really interesting. Veve has been giving us these hints this entire time, and this comic book drops, and then the trailer drops very recently as well. I'm not saying that this comic book is what the Doctor Strange movie is going to be about, but all the characters are in there and more, like the Black Knight, and we got that comic and other ones. It's a really interesting comic, okay? So anyway, let's now show you the top 5 gainers in ultra rares, the 5 comics that have gone up the most in the last 24 to 48 hours, and this is very interesting. Now check this out. These are the top gainers. They are all Spider-Man ultra rare comics. All of them have gone up. So when I was telling you before, these Spider-Mans, the ones that came out recently, they're all going up in value. People are picking them up because they're Spider-Man, and in a short period of time, we most likely won't see any of those Spider-Mans on these top 10 cheapest lists that I've been making. they're slowly creeping out. So let's check it out. We have this Amazing Spider-Man 798. This is that recent Goblin comic. This ultra rare is a really amazing cover. It's up like 17%. I think it's 17. Yeah, over 17%, and it goes for, 135 gems, which is really cheap actually for a Spider-Man comic. And let me just make sure I got that right. 135 gems, and there's only 82 available. That comic's up 17%. Next to it is Spectacular Spider-Man 131. This one's also up 17%. Goes for 110 gems. These are really good deals. And then, of course, we have the Web of Spider-Man 118. This comic book actually also made it on my top 10 of the best comic book art that we have, in my opinion. This comic book is also up. It's up like about 9 to 10%. It's going for 300 gems, but there's only 42 listed. Think about that. That is a really low amount of numbers listed. This is another first appearance Spider-Man. This is like the Ben Reilly Spider-Man, right? So in comic book form. Anyway, then we have this comic book right here. This is one that's just on the cheapest list. You can see it right above. It's not going to be there very long because it's also up 7.5%. Okay, and so we have another Amazing Spider-Man right here. This one's up 7% as well. This is the number 293, with the Craven story as well. There's 120 listed of that. The one that I just mentioned has 102 listed. So very interesting that the top 5 ultra rare comics that have gained the most in the last 24 to 48 hours are all Spider-Man. Think about that. That's interesting. Do what you will with that information. So let me know what you think about this list. Are you going to pick up any of these? Do you have these, or you have more than one? Are you hodling them? Is this a new thing for you? Are you going after a different, like maybe an uncommon, or maybe the secret rares? I did a video recently about secret rares as well. Really, really interesting time with the market being a little bit lower, but some comic books like these, they're gaining while other ones are falling. So just think about that. So here's my bonus material part of the video. This is at the end. This has nothing to do with these comic books, although I will mention an ultra rare comic book that actually is affected by this, or will be affected by this. So let's get to it. It's a lot of fun, and then I want to know what you think. So the bonus material, now that Doctor Strange trailer's given us so much stuff, it's unbelievable. And Deadpool, he has been rumored to be in the movie now. The reason he's rumored is because people think they see him on the poster. So anyway, somebody put together like this. You can actually just go online, Google this, check it out. You can see up close. You can't see here because it's on my iPad, but you can see up close if you Google it yourself. And somebody's pointed out that on this little shard of like glass or whatever in the multiverse, that they think they see Deadpool's face, and he's doing a little shh thing, like, like I'm not in the movie, but shh. And then Ryan Reynolds was asked about this, because it's going around. This isn't some one person. This is a lot of people are talking about this, and Ryan Reynolds is like, no, he totally denies that he's in the movie, right? He's like, no, I'm not in the movie. But remember, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire also denied that they were going to be in the Spider-Man movie, and they were in it. Spoiler alert, if it's been out for like a while, so if you haven't seen it, sorry. But anyway, they also said they weren't in that movie either, and we know how the multiverse works in the MCU with different characters, and wouldn't it be great if Deadpool showed up? And if he does show up in this movie, and the rumors are around it, the Deadpool first appearance in Veve is going to go up in value for sure. And then also we have his comic book, the first appearance of Deadpool, the New Mutants 98, I believe. And the ultra rare of that, you guys, is down a bit. So if you go look at that one, I didn't put it on my list here, but if you go look at that one, or even the secret rare, or even the common or whatever, it might be a good time to start picking up some more Deadpool stuff. Who knows what's going to happen? All it takes is just him in the movie or in the trailer doing something funny, and Deadpool stuff is going to get a lot more interest. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Let me know what you think of the top 10. Let me know what you think of Deadpool right here. What do you think is going to happen? You can always subscribe to the channel as well. If you want to get these videos before anybody else, just hit subscribe. And also you can hit like on the video if you like the video. That would be awesome. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well. I put the links in the description, and I will follow you back. I've been doing my best to follow everybody. If I missed anybody, just let me know in the comment, and I will follow you back because I want to see what you're doing, and I'm posting other stuff as well, but I really like to see what other people are doing and get a lot of information from other people. It's been really fun. Anyway, so thanks so much for watching the video. We'll see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and happy collecting.